Welcome back to Hamamatsu's TechBites series. Next up, we have Richard Harvey, who will be discussing Hamamatsu's involvement in the application of sepsis detection. So Richard, the last time we spoke, we looked at liquid biopsy. Can you tell me some more about areas of diagnostic development that Hamamatsu are involved in?
Hi Victoria, of course. Another diagnostic area that Hamamatsu are involved with is in the detection of sepsis. For those unfamiliar, sepsis is the body's extreme reaction to infection. Typically this would be a bacterial infection, but COVID-19 can also trigger sepsis in some patients. Without early detection and treatment, it can easily lead to tissue damage, organ failure, and even death. According to the CDC, in the US alone, sepsis diagnosis rates can be as high as 1.7 million per year, with 1 in 3 patients dying in hospital doing so with sepsis, and 1 in 5 deaths globally caused by sepsis as well. As you can see, it is a major issue for global healthcare services to tackle.
That sounds pretty serious. Can you give me some information on how sepsis is currently detected and treated?
According to the CDC, common signs and symptoms of sepsis in patients include fever, increased heart rate, low blood pressure, and difficulty breathing. As soon as sepsis is suspected, diagnostic studies are conducted that will include white blood cell counts, measuring serum lactate, and obtaining cultures before starting the antibiotics. PCR, or polymerase chain reaction, can also be employed for the diagnosis. In this phase, timing and speed are critical. Sepsis requires immediate treatment with intravenous fluids and antimicrobials.
So where do Hamamatsu technologies sit within the diagnostic path for sepsis?
Typical diagnostic tests for sepsis will revolve around flow cytometry and low light fluorescence detection. As we discussed in the liquid biopsy TechBite in May, this is a key technology area for Hamamatsu.
Can you tell us more about this technology area and what Hamamatsu can offer?
Of course. There are a range of Hamamatsu technologies that can be employed here, and in particular, we will be looking at photon counting detectors such as photomultiplier tubes and silicon photomultipliers. Photomultiplier tubes and silicon photomultipliers are both ultra-high sensitivity photodetectors with very high gain and low noise. The traditional photomultiplier tube has been used in the medical diagnostic, medical imaging and analytical instrumentation fields for decades, and the technology still stands as the gold standard for low light detection today. The silicon photomultiplier can be considered as a semiconductor alternative to the traditional photomultiplier, with particular advantages in terms of cost, scalability, and certain performance characteristics. For both of these technologies, Hamamatsu has a fully vertically integrated production process. We can offer discrete components, OEM modules, and fully customized integrated solutions that can include optics, detector, readout electronics, and more. For all of these technologies, please contact your local Hamamatsu sales office, and our engineers will be glad to support your project.
Thanks. So in all of your TechBites, you have given us an interesting piece of information on Hamamatsu. What can you tell me today?
Dr. Kenjiro Takayanagi was born in 1899 and is considered the father of Japanese television. He studied at what is now known as the Tokyo Institute of Technology, and in 1924 he returned to his hometown of Hamamatsu to teach at the Hamamatsu Industrial High School, now the Faculty of Engineering of the Shizuoka University. In 1926, Dr. Takayanagi's research team succeeded for the first time in the world in displaying an image, the Japanese character E, on an electronic television screen. Heiichiro Horiuchi, the founding president of Hamamatsu Photonics, studied as a student directly under Dr. Takayanagi and was guided by him at the Hamamatsu Industrial High School. Interestingly, when Heiichiro Horiuchi founded Hamamatsu, the company was actually called Hamamatsu TV and only became Hamamatsu Photonics in 1983.
Where can people go to find out more information on Hamamatsu and our high sensitivity detectors?
Please feel free to contact your local Hamamatsu sales office and the team there will be glad to discuss your project in more detail. Alternatively, please use the Ask a Question link below the video on the TechBite page.